I just wanted to remind you that you can use my code UrbanSims upon checkout when purchasing any Sims 4 content via the EA app or thesims.com. By doing so, you're directly supporting me as a creator, and I can't thank you enough. Words cannot express how freaking excited I am. Your girl is finally back in her storytelling era. I have missed it so much. As you guys know, the last few years, especially this last year in particular, has been an absolute freaking train wreck. My life has been crazy, absolutely crazy. In fact, I did an update, a very vague update, mind you, a few weeks ago where I actually created the sim in full. I'm not going to be showing you her entire cast. Her name is Lordis Velasco, by the way. But anyway, if you want to go like watch that video and you want to watch her cast and you kind of want to hear very vaguely what has been going on in my life, especially like this last year, go check it out, because again, I'm not going to be showing her cast here, but I will be telling you about her in this video. So anyways, long story short, I forgot what I was going to say, but in that video, I did tell you that you would be learning more about her, and that is because I am actually turning her story into a full-blown series. It's going to be heavily story told. It's going to be a storytelling series, and I actually have a very clear vision of how I want this to go, and I have more tools in place now to where I can kind of work out a story. I'm in that headspace, you know what I mean? If I ever get stuck, and sometimes my life gets very overwhelming, I get creator's block because I'm too focused on what's going on in my own life. Like I don't want to sit here and dismantle my Sims, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, I am like shaking with excitement because it just feels so good. Just so good to be back. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, let's get into the story. So I am calling this series Somewhere in Strangerville. As you guys know, Strangerville is my favorite world in The Sims. I know it's crazy. What am I thinking? What am I doing? I just love it. So this sim here is Carla Velasco. Actually, just kidding. Her name, well, she used to be Carla Velasco, but her name is now Carla Peters. Peters is her maiden name. And she is obviously, well, maybe not so obviously, Lordis's mother. And she is the former wife to Jagger Velasco, Lordis's father. So let me just tell you guys really quick the backstory. Once upon a time, Jagger and Carla had it all. A beautiful daughter named Lordis, a thriving vineyard, and a love that felt unbreakable. Carla helped bottle the wine while Jagger worked the fields, and their home was filled with laughter even if money was always tight. But as financial pressures mounted, their marriage began to crack. Arguments became daily routines, and somewhere in the chaos, Carla started confiding in one of the ranch hands. First about the fights, then about her loneliness. What began as emotional comfort turned into a full-blown affair. Now Lordis lives with her mother in a rundown trailer in Strangerville while spending her summers at her father's vineyard. Torn between two parents still quietly aching for what was lost, Lordis carries the weight of their mistakes and her own growing bitterness. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Carla first. First and foremost, she works at the local pub 44. Her traits are going to change. You might see something a little bit different here, but as I thought about it further, I'm going to go with non-committal, high maintenance, and gloomy because she's sad. Obviously, this only happened 4 years ago. Well, it actually happened 5 years ago, but Jagger found out, I would say probably like 3 to 4 years ago. And once he found out, he was upset. He was so upset. He couldn't even believe how hard he's working, and the love of his life was like, you know, betraying him. I mean, obviously. But even though it was a while ago, it still haunts her. It still haunts her. Her failed marriage still haunts her. And deep down, even though she tries to act like everything's okay, she's not. Not at all. Her aspiration is also going to change from romantic explorer to serial romantic, not for flirty reasons, but, you know, she's trying to seek essentially emotional validation, and she's trying to close the void post-affair. I mean, she's just trying to seek some sort of outlet and validation from people that she's still desirable and still wanted, even though she's the one that cheated. So I don't know how that works, but it works. Anyways, here's Carla's backstory. Carla once bottled wine besides the man she loved. She now pours drinks for strangers at the local pub. Haunted by a past she can't undo and a daughter who barely speaks to her, she masks regret with eyeliner, sarcasm, and the wrong kind of company. Now we're gonna move on to Jagger here in just a split second. This man is fine. Okay, so pixel thirst to the max. What's the song? Turn it to the max. Yeah, pixel thirst to the max. Totally. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Carla, you know, she's okay. Let me just tell you something really quick. Do y'all remember like Jill like I think her name was Jillian, and she lived in the trailer with her mom. This is kind of what that story is based off of, but like completely different and a lot more fleshed out. That was just chaos, and I loved it, and I think you guys really liked that series too. So if you're like, hey, this kind of sounds familiar, it is familiar, but I really wanted to do something similar but different. You know, like Sims can live the same type of life, like there can be some similarities there. Similarities funny, but it doesn't have to be the exact same storyline, and it's not. I love Carla. She looks exactly like a Carla would look, I think, in my personal opinion. So ignore all this mumbo jumbo here. It's irrelevant. It's just what I thought I was gonna go with, and then once I kind of took a peek deeper into the story, I realized that's not at all what I wanted. All right, so now we're moving on to Jagger Velasco. This is Lordis's dad, her papa, her everything. She loves this man and she admires him so much. Anyways, his occupation, you already know. He owns a ranch and a vineyard. His traits are going to be loyal, family-oriented, and a loner. His aspiration is going to be freelance botanist. Y'all remember when I used to say botanist? Yeah, me too. We've come a long way, friend. We've come a long way. Anyways, I decided to choose this one because it kind of reflects his deep connection to the vineyard and the land, and also gives him like gardening goals too. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some rotational gameplay. Like we'll play him sometimes, obviously with Lordis, and then we'll play, you know, Carla in the trailer and Lordis too. So it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna have like a dual household thing going on here. But more deeply, like emotionally, I feel like this aspiration kind of helps him, or like it kind of mirrors his desire to build something real and lasting, you know, like he's putting all of his energy into the land, I guess, if that makes sense. Anyways, let's just go into his backstory. It says Jagger's hands built the vineyard, but his heart never recovered from what tore it apart, still wearing the ring of a love he never wanted to lose. He doesn't speak of Carla, but her name still lingers like wine on his tongue. So that is the gig. That is the thing. He never in a million years thought she would betray him. They still think of each other, both of them. Carla still thinks of him. He still thinks of her. Like they have not gotten over each other at all. But I think there's so much pain, resentment, and bitterness in his own heart that he can't even find the space to even consider rekindling anything with her, if that makes sense. Like he's still very angry, very, very angry. Really quick, I want to tell you a little bit about Lordis a little more, because I didn't really get to tell you in the update video, but I imagine Lordis is probably around age 16. Obviously her occupation is high school, and her grade, I put bad. Just bad. I don't even know. Bad, just real bad, and not a B, but like bad, probably an F. Anyways, her traits are going to be hot-headed and creative. I changed that from love bug, and I picked the live fast aspiration because it mirrors the emotional whiplash that she's going through, like acting out, keeping her distance, and just genuinely trying to feel in control of something while everyone and everything else around her feels unstable. And then I think as she like gets older, I'm thinking the best-selling author, or maybe even like, I don't know, something with like healing, or I don't know, something creative, because she's a creative sim for sure. So anyways, this is Lordis's backstory. It says she sees the world through dry wit and ink-stained pages, with a journal full of sarcasm and heart full of unspoken questions. She's trying to survive Strangerville. And then one of the things I thought, like, 'cause she's just very like quirky, you know, she's very quirky. She's very like, she has dry humor. You wouldn't even know if she was kidding. Like she can insult you and you don't know that she means it, because it kind of just, was that meant to be funny or like an insult? So one of the things I thought was like, oh, like, you know, how Strangerville's kind of like on the cusp, like it's a very small population. So I thought one of the things that she would say in her journal was like population, her mom, and her mom's bad decisions, like her and her mom's bad population, her and her mom's bad decisions. Yeah, that sounds about right. So anyways, I'm really in love with the story so far. I hope you guys enjoy it too. I know this video is all over the place, but I kind of wanted to give you more of a chatty introduction. Also, I'm rebuilding Strangerville, like all of it. So I'll get into that once we kind of get into the story, or maybe like right after this voiceover. I'll take you guys in game and show you like what my plans are. Do you want to see that? I don't know if anybody would be interested, but anyway, so whatever you see here, I might change it or I might keep it, but I definitely like his traits. I think I want to just lean more emotional at first, and then kind of as the Sims go through time, maybe change them up. You know what I mean? Kind of reflecting their healing journey. Oh yeah, and then I have 2 horses. One of them is called, I think, Banjo, and then the other one is Mariachi. So I think Banjo is the male, and then I want to say Mariachi is the female. I was gonna name her Salsa, but then I was like, no, I don't like that. I want to keep it kind of like music themed. Anyways, I gotta go. I love you guys. I'll see you in just a quick second. Actually, yeah, I'll see you. Just hey, stay there. Don't move. Are you still with me? Okay, cool. All right. Sorry about that. That was such a weird way to almost end a video, but I was like, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Like, I have to show you the other stuff I've been working on, even though it's really not a lot. But anyways, okay, sweet or spicy, Jen? I'm more of like a spicy person. I like spice over sweet. Actually, salty if we're getting specific, but let me know. Do you like sweet, spicy, or salty? Or do you like salty and spicy? Or sweet and spicy? I don't know. Anyways, long story short, sometimes you get some weird ones on here. Can I get some W's in the chat? Because clearly your girl needs to update a mod or something. Anyways, let's go into the game. Ignore this. All right, I am using the same save that we used for Risky Inc., which yes, is coming back to the channel. I've already reinstated Echo Springs, which is the Sims 2 LP that we are currently working on, which has been a lot of fun for me personally. And yeah, we are going to be bringing back Risky Inc. And then now we're going to be starting up Strangerville. So for now, I think that is what I'm going to focus on, those 3 series. Got a little throwback, some stories in there, whatever. So anyways, here we are at Strangerville. I have one of those like map things going on. So it's like always in this dark, eerie kind of state, which I love. As I mentioned before, I am trying to redo all of the lots. We're very limited. We don't have very many lots to work with, so I might have to demolish these houses. I'm not really focused too much on like the Sims of Strangerville. Like I'm gonna create some Sims. They just may not have homes to live in, you know, maybe like theoretically they live over here or something, we just don't visit them. Or maybe like, you know, I could switch out the lots, and then sometimes Lordis can go over to her friend's house, but her friend's house is really just, you know, something that we have to pull from archives. You know what I mean? Like rotational lots too as well. So anyways, let me just stop babbling. Obviously this is where Lordis and her mother Clara are going to live. Clara, right? Carla. Man, I'm already messing it up. Sorry. Carla. So they live here, and the save is called Somewhere In Strangerville because I didn't have enough text to write in. So ignore that. We have the Red Rock Community Pool, which I think would be fun to spend some time there. I envision maybe they lived in these like motels over here. Yeah, maybe they lived over there. And then we have the Dusty Spoon, which is going to be like a little diner restaurant. And I'm thinking Pub 44 is where Carla actually works. I might renovate this. Let me know if I should. I think I should. And then maybe I'll even do like a video of that or something. And then we have the Strangerville Information Center, which I kind of want to turn into a community center so that, you know, there's things to do here. I envision maybe Lordis coming over here quite often to journal. This could be like her space to, I don't know, get out of the trailer, get out of home. I don't know. I haven't thought about that much yet. So I'm leaving Cow Hill because as far as I'm concerned, he's like an icon, you know, he belongs here. He lives in a freaking airplane, for God's sakes. Like, this man is staying. And also this is very Strangerville, you know, I'm keeping it. So anyways, let's move up here to Shady Acres. We have the Whisper Point Overlook. I'm thinking this is just going to be like a park, or maybe, hey, I might actually make this into like a drive-in theater or something. I don't know. I don't know what to do with these either. So if you have any ideas for this area, Shady Acres, let me know. I do have like one little empty lot here. So I think I could work with this probably. I want to create like a thrift store. I want to create like a gas station. Like there's so many different things I want to create. Like I want to make this LP feel as real as I possibly can. But anyways, yeah. And then I will be working on a ranch, obviously, for Jagger and Chestnut Ridge. Should we go look over there really quick? I haven't done anything with this. And also, as I mentioned this already, I'm sure, I am using the same save as Risky Inc., but you won't see the characters. The only reason I did that is because, yes, I am too lazy to redo my calendar. It's a fact. I'm thinking somewhere up here he'll live. Maybe here, maybe there. I don't know. Wait, Big Sky Ranch. This is a vacation rental. Ooh, that would be fun. Maybe Carla and, I don't know, I'm getting ideas. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have him move either to the Palomino Junction, or maybe I'll have him move to this little lot over here, because you know, I don't know. Do I want a big ranch, small ranch? See, I have things to work on. But anyways, long story short, thank you for hanging out with me while I figure out this series. Please let me know what you think about it. Please give me any advice. Anything you want. Anything you want. Ideas, shoot them. Let's go. Let's do it. Because I am so excited to get the series up and running. I literally cannot stop thinking about it. It's actually how I fall asleep at night now. Because I think about it and it puts me to sleep. Because I'm happy. Anyway, y'all, I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you later. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Sun doesn't shine. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.